Just some general housekeeping before I dive in. Please like, share and subscribe. It will help the video to get out there. I am changing the direction of this channel. I will probably be focusing more on the reading side of things. And I did try the whole horoscope thing, but I'm probably going to stick to collective readings, general readings, and just pick a card. All right. Thank you for those who have stayed with me, and thank you for the new guys who are here. So, welcome back from my OGs and welcome to my newbies. Hello, my beautiful pile ones. This is a pick a card and you have chosen numero uno. This is Will You Reconcile? So I'm going to shuffle and pick the cards on camera. We'll see what comes out. Spirit, will my pile ones reconcile? Will they reconcile, please? Will they reconcile? What is the person that they're thinking of? Will they reconcile, please? What is going on in this connection, please, Spirit? Okay, so let's have a look. Okay. So, my pile ones, just to make sure I'm with the right energy here. I feel like this person, it may not have started that way, but I feel like it quickly developed into something that was a little bit on the selfish side. I feel like this person didn't return calls. I feel like even when they did, it wasn't really a call. It may have been a text. So if you called them, their response to you would have been a text or something light. I don't feel like this person, I feel like this person was a little bit on the disorganized side as well. I don't feel like this person was bringing anything cast iron at the time when this connection first started. Spirit, what's the next level of this connection, please? Will they reconcile here? Now that I've got the background of the connection, if this didn't fit you, this probably isn't your pile. So maybe pick another deck if that beginning bit was not your connection. All right. Spirit, what's next for this connection, please? Will they reconcile? Okay. So what I've got here is I have a situation here where this is probably not going to be a reconciliation, all right? And the reasons for that are as follows. I feel like this person came in for what they could get. I feel like they were unbalanced. I also feel like this person came across as maybe a little bit aggressive, demanding. I feel like they were a little bit dramatic as well, loud. I feel like this person was deceitful. I feel like they had a jealous tendency as well. So they can do what they want, but you can't. I also feel like this person had a moody sense about them. Sorry. I feel like this person had a moody, nagging way. Extremely jealous. I'm picking up somebody who couldn't stand for you, and I feel like you may have seen this as some sort of affection maybe, but I feel like that's the way they played it. It's not that you saw their jealousy as a good thing. I feel like the way that they made it come across, or the way that they spun it, was they were being protective. They were trying to bring some sort of stability to you. But that's not the case. I feel like this person had a very suspicious undercurrent. They were very immature, I feel, as well. So the reasons for that is I feel like Spirit's blocking this connection, and it's for your protection. Okay? This is strictly not for you. And I know this person made you feel different ways. I feel like they made you feel as if they were your world and you were theirs. But I also think there was somebody else as well. Maybe an ex that they hadn't quite let go of. I feel like there may have been an ex that they didn't let go of. And I feel like that is another thing that came in the middle of your connection, or that got in the way of your connection. I'm sorry, pile ones. I feel like you've been forced to go into yourself. I feel like you've been on your own for a little while now as well. I feel like this really sort of got to you. Spirit's definitely got you in their arms, though. I feel like you're being sort of cuddled, hugged. I feel like you're also finding out that you are your sole source of wisdom, that you are the only person that's got your back, and that you've got to use your discernment where other people are concerned. I am picking up an energy of somebody who is very much a healer, somebody who does pick up on people. Then you've probably attracted a lot of people that have been broken in the past. And what do sick people seek out? They seek out a doctor. Even if you don't want to be a healer, even if you're not actively walking in that path, this is something that you were born to do. So it's like a natural talent that you've got. People naturally just tell you stuff. They naturally kind of are drawn to you. And so you've got to get some boundaries in place in regards to relationships, because unfortunately partners will seek out, if they're needing healing and stuff like that, they will seek out a healer. And if you are sick and tired, and I feel like the last at least 4 or 5 relationships for you have been a question of where you've been the one that's had to heal somebody or help somebody through something, or you've ended up feeling a certain way. And I don't think it's been the best experience. My spirit guide is saying to me, though, over the next 6 months, there is going to be a rebirth for you. And I feel like a lot of what's being hidden is going to become clear. I feel like your eyes are going to be open to who you really are, if that's not already happening by now. But if it's not happening by now, it's going to be over the next 6 months. And I do feel like you are going to be stepping into your power. You're going to start recognizing people who are deceitful and seeing people who have got some sort of crafty hidden agenda, and who are unpredictable and disorganized. I feel like you are going to start staying away from certain things. Yes, we see a light in everybody. It's natural, especially as a healer, but everybody's got a light in them. It's the spark of life. We all have that light, good or bad, because we're alive. So you are going to be using your discernment. I feel like you're trying not to become resentful or closed off. I feel like you're trying to keep your heart open, and I feel like it is a struggle at the moment because of everything that this person has put you through and everything this person has done. This person has done everything from lie, steal, cheat. And when I say steal, they might not have stole money from your purse, but they stole your time, they stole your emotions, they stole your affection, they stole your energy. You've definitely been placed into a time of rest. This is like a divine, in a way, kind of like spiritual coma or a timeout. Like you've been put under some sort of spiritual coma for your own healing, and for your own rest, because this is what's needed. Your abundance is definitely coming in regards to the heart, in regards to a new person coming in. And I feel like I said, over the next 6 months or so, things are going to start to feel a lot better for you. The person that is coming in for you, I feel like this person is possibly an earth sign. If not, I don't really do the star signs much here, but I feel like they're going to carry that earth sign energy, somebody that's stable. I feel like this is going to be somebody that's also able to put in some teamwork. This is going to be somebody that's able to see from your point of view, as well as being able to explain themselves. I feel like in the past you've dealt with a lot of people that were not able to communicate. So I am really sorry that this will not be a reconciliation for you, and I feel like this is not like feeling great, but in hindsight, looking at what I've seen here, I'm I feel like you're going to get over it, and I'll be glad when you do, because this person, he, she, whatever, this person just wasn't worthy. This person was actually a wolf in sheep's clothing. I feel like this person was a bit of a snake. If this person didn't, I feel like you lost a couple of friends. I feel like there's been a lot of things that you've lost with this connection or due to this connection. And so you're going through a rebirth, a renewal, and I feel like you are going to be sort of stepping into your power over the next 6 months or so. So keep being kind to yourself, all right? My power number ones, have the best day. Oh, I forgot to pour you some oracle cards. What would this person say if they wanted to say anything, please, Spirit? What would they say if they wanted to say anything? I don't know if you can see that because of the light that I've got there. It's quite bright. There you go. I hid who I am from you. It's confirmation that this person was a liar. This person was deceitful. And you know what? Even though they took what they could take from you, I don't know if you could see that. There you go, yeah. Even though they took what they could take from you, you were still the best thing in their life. This person was a complete narcissist. There's no way you could have loved this person back to life, or there was nothing that you could have done. His karma or her karma, whoever this person is, male or female, they are going to be reminded of you all the time. I feel like Spirit is going to constantly remind them of the conversations that you guys have had, the time that you've shared. I also feel that it's like having your face put in their mind. I feel like they're going to be constantly, like, if they don't dream of you, that it's going to be something that haunts them. You will probably be the only person that's ever actually loved them. And that's their karma, because this is your Spirit will never allow this to happen. So this isn't going to be something that you're ever going to be able to get off the ground, that he's ever going to be able to get off the ground. His karma is going to have to be to watch you move on, and watch you live your life, because from a distance, that's exactly what's going to have to happen. And that's the end of that. So yeah, again, I wish you the best. Have a great night. Hello, my pile twos. Welcome back to my channel. Please like, share and subscribe. Leave a comment. Help my channel to grow, please. I would be most grateful. Some of this may resonate with you. All of it may resonate with you. Please try not to make it fit if it doesn't. Alright? If it doesn't, the message is not for you. It's for somebody else. If none of it resonates, please feel free to pick another pile. If you are drawn to more than one, I didn't say that in the first. So maybe you're drawn to more than one pile. Or maybe these piles will be linked. But yeah, let's find out if you guys are going to reconcile. Spirit, what is going on with this connection from our pile twos? Will they reconcile with their person? Will they reconcile with their person? Take a deep breath, my pile number twos. I feel like you're a little bit anxious in the heart space. Let's have a look. Let's see what's going on, shall we? Will they reconcile, please, Spirit? Will they reconcile? Will my pile twos reconcile with the person on their mind? Okay. So, the short answer is yes. You guys are going to be reconciling, alright? There is going to be a time of cooperation. You guys are going to be coming together. So you can't really see it. 3 of Pentacles. You can barely see it because of the light, and I do apologise. But it's nighttime. So you can either see me, I can either see you, or you can see the card. So yeah, the short answer is yes. All right, but there is a but. Okay, this is something that had to come to a close. All right, because it wasn't really built on the best foundation. I do feel like at first this may have been a situation where I don't think you guys meant to fall into this. This is possibly my third party piles, and I feel like you knew about this, but at the same time I feel like this was one of those connections. It was so strong, it was just impossible. You guys were like magnets. However, it was built on a shoddy foundation, so it had to come to a close, and this moment needed to happen. You guys needed to have this separation so that you guys could get some space to gain some clarity. I can tell you this though, this person's courage and persistence is unshakable. This person is disciplined when it comes down to what they want. I feel like this person, if they're not a fire sign, I feel like this person has fire sign attributes. I'm getting somebody who, when they know what they want and their mind's made up, that's exactly what that is. My spirit guide is telling me you laid down the law. Did you say something like, listen, I'm not doing this no more, it's either this or it's that? My spirit guide is saying you put your foot down. In some way you put your foot down. I'm just hearing done, something happened, and that was that. So maybe you're the person who stepped away from this connection, and you've come here to find out if you guys are going to reconcile, because this is why I said to breathe, because I feel like you feel a bit panicky about what you've done. Have you done the right thing? And don't worry at all. And I know it's easier said than done. Do not worry whatsoever. You've done exactly the right thing. This person needed that action. To understand, they needed to feel that instability, they needed to feel that ground shake so they could really understand and know what was important to them. Listen, I never really condone third party situations, but that's my personal opinion. But this situation with them was over. It was over a while ago. It was just like being shown a dead horse being dragged to market. It just doesn't make any sense. It was over and done with ages ago, except for the two of them. Thank you. My spirit guide is saying to me, I feel like the two of them had some sort of finances linked, kids, or no, the kids, I feel like the kids, if they had kids, the kids are not babies like that, so it's not that. It's finances or some sort of property that they've got linked together, or they had linked together. He's at that point, or she's at that point where they don't care about that at the moment. What they care about is how much they miss you. This person misses the ground you walk on. There's definitely going to be a celebration. You're looking at anywhere sort of between, God, it could be as quick as 9 days or as long as 9 weeks. I'm sorry I don't have a specific time on that, but this is tarot and the time is fluid. I don't have a specific time. I do feel that it's going to be soon. I feel like you don't need to do anything. You don't need to call, you don't need to text, you don't need to make an email. If you've put this person on block, you don't even need to unblock them. All right? They will find a way. They will find a way. There is going to be a time for you guys to come together. I feel like you guys are absolutely linked spiritually, mentally. Like, I'm hearing when I move, you move, just like that. I don't like that song and I don't know it very well, but it's like two people moving and I'm like, you are in sync. It's like his right and your left, or your left and his right. So this is a high level soulmate connection, and you had the strength to step away to do what needed to be done. There is a little bit of a delay and there is frustration on both sides. I feel like he is frustrated, and I feel like he is actually frustrated that you haven't reached out yet, or if you have reached out, it's not been in the manner that he wanted you to be to reach out. But I don't feel like you have. I don't feel like you have reached out at all. I feel like you've left the ball in his court. He's definitely coming forward. And he's coming forward as a king. He's not coming forward as a page. He's not coming forward as anything like that. He's coming forward with power. There's that king. There we go. The King of Wands. You can barely see it. Alright, this person worships the ground you walk on. They're not going to have you in another third party again. They don't. That's not what the intention was in the first place. With this connection, this person didn't intend to do that. It was just to the point where you guys couldn't stop yourselves. I feel like you guys tried to, whether you worked together or you had some sort of thing where you guys had to be in the same space at least once or twice a week. I'm not sure what the situation was. I just know that you guys couldn't. It just was unavoidable. All right, so what would this person say? What does this person want to say, please, Spirit? What messages has this person got to give my pile twos? What messages has this person got for my pile twos, please? What do they want to say? What's on their mind and their heart, please, Spirit? What's unsaid between the two of them? Let's have a look for you. Oh, bless. I want to feel that way again. I know that I've crossed the line with you. I'm sorry I wasn't available. And I'm very afraid that you're happy without me. And right now this person's afraid to contact you. They will. And they're going to take full responsibility as well for everything that's taken place. I don't feel like you wanted to be in a third party situation. I feel like you made that plainly obvious from the start. And this person knew what they was doing. They couldn't really stop themselves. Like I said, you both couldn't really stop yourselves, in all fairness. But I feel like he's the only person who had a commitment elsewhere. So realistically, he's the only person who really should have stopped himself. And I feel like he knows that and he wants to take full responsibility of that. There are some songs that you guys have shared together, I feel. And I also feel that he's definitely listening to those. Definitely listening to those songs. And I feel like you make him feel like he's young. If you guys are young, then I feel like you guys are going to be growing up in each other's spaces. If you guys are more on the mature side, more my age group and plus, I feel like you make this person feel like they're young again. This person looks for you everywhere. The message is just so clear. It's just super duper clear. You're the best thing in this person's life. They just want to be with you. So, yes, you will reconcile. You're looking at anywhere between 9 days and 9 weeks for some sort of contact or some sort of sign. But I do feel like it's going to be strong contact. Maybe by way of a private phone call or something. So, yeah, if you've changed your number, then they'll come to your house. If you've moved, they'll send you an email. If you don't have that email address anymore, they'll find you through Facebook. They'll find you somehow. All right? So that's what I've got for you, my darlings, my lovely pile twos. And just sit tight, keep working on yourselves, and this person's going to step forward. Have a great night. Hello, my lovely pile threes. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Phoenix. Please like, share, and subscribe. Help my channel to grow. I would be most grateful. Leave a comment. Even if it doesn't resonate, please leave a comment. Don't make it fit, okay? If the message is not for you, it's not for you. Some of it may fit with you and other bits may not. All of it may fit with you, and that would be great if it did. But this is a general, so it's highly unlikely. Let's find out if you guys are going to reconcile. Spirit, will pile 3 reconcile with the person on their mind? Will pile 3 reconcile with the person on their mind? What is going on in this connection, please? Let me get a look in, Spirit. What is happening? Let's have a look for you. Will they reconcile, please? Will pile 3 reconcile with the person on their mind and in their heart? What's the outcome, please? Okay, so my pile 3s. At first, this connection was something I feel like you both were planning and kind of planting the seeds for. I feel like there was progress. I feel like you guys were kind of, I don't know, you were going in the same direction at first. And I feel like there was a very sharp change in direction. I feel like it was going great, and then that was it. It went into kind of no communication. And I feel like this person is the one who stopped communication. I feel like this gave you, this was horrible. This made you have sleepless nights. I feel like at first you wondered if they were safe. At first you wondered how they would, if everything was okay, if someone had passed away, if maybe they had passed away. I feel like you really overthought about the whole situation, as most people probably would have done. And then you got sort of angry because you knew they were sort of available, or they were sort of around, or they weren't, you know, they weren't gone. The short answer to will you guys reconcile is yes, you will. This person will step forward. They will communicate with you. All right? It's not just as cut and dry as that, though, if I'm being honest. And I'm an honest reader. Whatever comes up is what comes up. I just give the messages. My spirit guide's telling me to shut up and go on, so this is going to be fun. Listen, when this person comes back your direction, they're going to send you a what you doing text. Literally not even write what are you doing, it's just a WYD question mark. One of those types of texts. This person's got a fish in a cup. They're not coming to offer you anything substantial, anything constructive. This is going to be, you see, with you, you're very patient. I feel like you're unselfish. I also feel like though you didn't speak up there, I feel like you were a little bit timid. I feel like there was a bit of fear around losing this person as well. I feel like this person gave you butterflies, and so you were a little bit fearful of losing that person. But this person left you unfulfilled. I feel like this person left you with disappointment. I feel like this person left you feeling very doubtful. And dare I say, left you feeling quite desperate in some respects. Like sleepless and upset. I feel like this person left you out in the cold. Made you feel as if you weren't enough. I don't know, there were so many questions. I feel like this person had you feeling a little bit, there was no little bit about it. This person had you feeling more than less than. And I know how that sounds because it sounded weird coming out of my mouth, but this person had you feeling absolutely ridiculous. This person, you know, they're going to come forward, they're going to be sweet. I feel like this person's going to express some sort of kindness. I feel like they are going to be sensitive. I feel like this person's going to come forward with this kind of, this page energy. I feel like there's going to be some sort of immaturity around the way that this person's going to express the situation. And I feel like they're going to come across, and that drop-in kind of was confirmation for me. I feel like they're going to come across as if they've got balance, as if they're open to an equal partnership with you. I feel like this person's going to come forward and they're going to offer that connection that, you know, is like it, you know, like you thought it was going to be something great and then it kind of stopped. I feel like this person is going to offer a continuation of that greatness and offer you some sort of reconciliation. But in the long run, this person's going to, I feel like this person's got other things going on. I feel like this person isn't serious, and I feel like this person's just using you, and I just hate to say that like that, and I hate the message that I got, but that is the message. Let's see what this person has to say. All right, we won't keep this going on any longer than it needs to. All I can say is that, unfortunately, I feel like this person's going to come forward, and I do feel like you are probably in a situation where you haven't got over them yet. And so you may there's a portion of you that may take this person back. Spirit, what's this person got to say, please? What's on their chest? What's on their heart? What's in their mind? What are they thinking? What do they want to say to my pile threes? Okay. So, I feel like these are more you. I feel like you are waiting for a sign from this person. And I feel like you wish things could be different. However, with this person, their life is not as together as it seems. I feel like this person has been faking the funk. I feel like you finding out the truth at this moment, and later on when he actually starts to really behave the way that he's destined to behave, because I feel like this person doesn't look at themselves in any way. This person can be a little bit on the frivolous side when it comes to emotions. They don't really respect your emotions, or anybody else's for that matter. This person also wants rewards without any of the work. They want instant gratification, instant happiness, instant love, instant feelings, instant this, without bringing anything whatsoever to the table. I feel like this person may come across and say something to you like, you don't know how hard it was for me to be away from you, or how hard it was for me to let you go, or I made the wrong choice. Whatever it is, I feel like they're going to be laying it on thick, because without you, this person doesn't have have some sort of food source. I feel like this person lacks emotional intelligence. This person lacks self-control. They are merciless. Absolutely merciless. Because they know exactly who they are. They are chaos personified. And I'm sorry that you were entangled with a person like this. I don't know why we meet people sometimes. Sometimes I think we meet them for lessons and stuff like that. Sometimes I feel like we sign contracts. But realistically, sometimes I just think people are a-holes. And in this particular pile, I feel like that's the case. Alright? I feel like you are listening to music to help yourself feel better. This person hasn't really got much to say, unfortunately, to you. Nothing that's actually gonna appease the situation and how this has made you feel. My pile threes, I am sorry that the message has come out like this, but I can only read the messages as they are. Alright? My advice, not that you asked, but I'll give it anyway. My advice is to keep healing. Keep pushing forward. When this person comes out of the rock from which they have crawled under, let them go. You are so much better than this. You are so much better than what this person is ever going to ever bring to the table. Can they offer you more? Yeah, they actually can. And that's the horrible thing about it. The horrible thing about it is, it's not that this person can't offer you it because they are not able to, or they don't know how, which in a way would be sad, but this person is able to offer certain things. They choose not to. For me, this is a narcissist. You are going through a transformation, alright? And I feel like you are, at the moment, you're not feeling this way, but I feel like, over the next few months, you're going to be feeling a lot more sort of tranquil about this, and more serene. I feel like you're going to find your inner peace. I feel like you're definitely transforming and going through a rebirth and ending a cycle. So, yeah, I mean, there is the opportunity here for a reconciliation if that's what you want. But I can honestly say I don't actually see this growing into anything that's going to be for your greatest good, or that's going to benefit you in any way. So those are the messages, my pile three. And I hope you have a good evening.